Well, hello everybody on this nasty Friday morning, but still feel like sunshine. Why? Because we won. And who did we beat? We beat the Falcons. It's always a great day once you beat the Falcons. Always a great day once you beat the Falcons. So let's talk about the game. It wasn't as explosive as one would like. It maybe wasn't as convincing as one would like, being the fact that we are going into the Seattle game and the fact that Atlanta was 2-8. You thought that once we got there, we would kind of just basically take over and just run ripshod. That's personally part of my feelings because, the personal hatred we have for Atlanta. So, we want 45-0. We want bragging rights. We want to dance up and down the Georgia Dome. That's what we do. And blew our Who That song with our umbrellas. So, hey, we'll take that win. Now, I've been listening to the commentators, listening to ESPN and Fox and reading some of the blogs, and all you seem to get is people are really upset or feeling some type of way about the way the Saints won. Ho-hum. So they're giving Seattle the full edge on us. And let me say this to you people. At first, I was feeling the same way. I'm watching it through the first half, and I'm like, our defense looks sluggish. I sent a tweet to Jeff Duncan saying how sluggish our defense looked. Now, we did only hold them to 1 touchdown and 2 field goals, but I just thought there was no pop. And the offense was no pop. And then I really looked at it. I said, Sean Payton, Rex Ryan, or Rob Ryan, they're actually playing basic offense and basic defense. They were giving nothing. They played vanilla. It was almost like a scrimmage game. They played extremely vanilla with all of their packages from defense to offense. And then you still beat them, which says, hey, without pulling out all the blitzes, without pulling all those stops, without pulling out the fancy plays, we were still in our basic package able to whoop you when you were up. Did you hear the Atlanta players saying this was their Super Bowl? They really got up for the game. And we played our basic package and beat them. Now that makes me feel better. That makes me feel a little bit better about where we are and can we handle the upcoming challenges. Let's talk just a little bit more about the game before I go into the upcoming challenges of Carolina and Seattle. First, want to say I'm always, if you've been watching the blog, I am absolutely critical of our offensive line. Think they are the weakest link. They are our Achilles heel, so to speak. But Tim Alito, after learning about all that he's dealt with this week and only gave up 1 sack, only had 1 day of practice, did a whole bunch of film study, losing his grandmother. The man played an outstanding game. I think that shows how classy the organization is by giving him the game ball. I thought that was touching. That was an extremely great play on his part. Great on the Saints part, and just shows that this young man wants to be successful. When you can put all those things aside and come in like a professional and play as well as he did against a hyped up Atlanta team, shows some gumption. I like that. Next thing we're going to get into, I'm going to talk about this defense. Oh, before I go there, De La Puente. The man is soft. All right. I can't do his job, but neither can he. How about that? Neither can he. We are getting blown off at the center. I don't know why we're not bringing anybody in. I don't know why Sean Payton and them are not looking at that. That is a serious problem. When we get to these real defenses like Luke Lee, they're going to blitz Breeze directly in his mouth. They're not going to go around because the center of De La Puente is our weakest link. So is our left tackle. But teams have been going traditional. They like to blitz from the outside. They want to stop the run. They want to keep the linebackers in there to base the run. So you're going to run majority of your blitzes on the outside. So that's where they've been making their money with, as you saw the San Francisco game. They're going to come from the outside. But when crunch time comes, De La Puente is going to get rushed up the middle. They're going to do 2 linebackers up the gut on him. And Breeze is going to be eating grass. So we really need to shore up that center position, figure out how to get him some help, something needs to happen with that. Go on to the defense. Corey White. I thought he did pretty good in the the game against San Francisco. But this game, he played off a lot. Ryan had him off a lot. So he didn't play up coverage until the second half of the game. You look at about the third quarter, fourth quarter, really in the fourth quarter, he played more press coverage, which was good, but he's not going to be able to play off against Percy Harvin. He's not going to be able to play off against those wide receivers. They got Golden Tate and Bolden. It's not going to happen with them. You're going to get torched. So we really need to figure out what we're going to do with him. They got Rob Sweeting back, who's an athletic guy. I mean, what you gave up with Jabari, you gain in Corey White, but you lose what you got in Jabari when you get Corey White, meaning that Corey White can't really handle the little shifty, quick receivers like he saw in Atlanta. He's going to see in Percy Harvin. He can go against a Tate because Tate's a big boy. That'll be the better matchup for him, but I don't know who they're going to get. And probably P. Rob. I don't know if P. Rob is out for the year or if he's in. But he's a better matchup with a Percy Harvin that can run fast and get around with the quick guy, because Corey White can't do that. He's more adapt to the Roddy Whites, and he's adapt to the Julio Jones, the bigger wide receivers, not the small, fast, shifty ones. And he had a time with that guy last night. So we got to see what they're going to do for that. Coming up in the game. Everybody's been talking about who's the biggest matchup in the future. Is it the Seattle game or is it the Carolina game? Actually, both of them are extremely important. The only thing that you get with Carolina is that we get a split. We play once here, we play once there. There's no way that any team in the NFL is going to beat the New Orleans Saints twice in one season. That's just not going to happen, not this year. So you figure you're going to get some type of split with Carolina, but you absolutely have to win the Seattle game. You got one shot at them, and this is for home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and you know doggone well we need home field advantage. You do not want to go to Seattle, do not want to go to Green Bay, do not want to go to Carolina, you do not want to go to any of those stadiums for San Francisco for the NFL playoffs. You don't want to do it. We don't want to do it. I don't care who says we can do it. And I had some guy on the blog talking about to be the best, you got to beat the best. That may be true, but you want every advantage for you to beat the best as you can. And that is playing on your home field advantage where we are undefeated. So, got that. Beat the best to be the best. But we need to have that home field advantage. So, that's what we're looking for. We got 11 days off until we get ready to go ahead and play Seattle. But before I do that, there's one thing that needs to happen in this 11 days. Drew Brees and Jimmy Graham got to get on the same page. Everybody want to talk about how great Jimmy's great. Don't get me wrong, Jimmy Graham is great. But if you notice in the last couple of games, Breeze trying to get to Jimmy, they are off. Either Jimmy stops running, and I don't know if that's because he's hurt. He's hearing footsteps. He got hit enough coming across that middle. But Jimmy is doing a lot of alligator arm. He's doing a lot of alligator arms. Breeze is not getting the ball in him. It's looking not that good. I mean, it has to be blown coverage. And Breeze is getting it to Graham. We need tighter coverage. And Breeze threw a lot of balls behind receivers last night. The one to Meacham, I was all over Meacham. Like, ah! Then they showed the slow down, and he threw the ball way behind Meacham on that first down. So Breeze needs to get his timing together coming up in this week, especially with the wind blowing in Seattle, being outdoors. They need some extra work with the receivers. Him and Jimmy need to get on the same page. Him and Costa need to get on the same page. Him and Meacham need to get on the same page. Lance is pretty much always a solid guy, but the rest of those guys really need to get on the same page, especially our rookies and Steels and Toon. So that's when the next 11 days, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear Breeze getting in tune with Graham and the rest of the receivers, because we were not crisp last night, even in our basic package. We got a great thing going on here at Data, man. Upcoming is, Bayou Classic, baby. It's a classic in New Orleans. Since I've been was born, I've been going to the Bayou Classic or the Data News. We've got tickets for you guys. So if you want to win tickets to the Bayou Classic, all you need to do is go online to the website ladatanews.com. Click on the tickets page, win tickets page, and then you can sign up right then and there, and you can win tickets to this year's 2013 Bayou Classic, which should be a good one. And you know how much we enjoy getting out there in the Superdome and getting out in the French Quarters and just getting around our people, man. So if you get this, go ahead to the website ladatanews.com and go to the win tickets page and win your tickets to the Bayou Classic. I look forward to seeing you guys there. It's been another great week. We are 9-2. Yes, sir. Bye, you know what I mean? 9-2. So I expect us to end this season out with no more than 3 to 4 losses. Let's just hope that make sure it's not against Seattle next week and we don't get swept by Carolina, which won't happen. But until next week, see you guys Monday Night Football, Seattle, big time, prime time. It's all on us. Who that? I see y'all soon. Data News Weekly, Kingfish, know what I mean? Holla.